please grab your seats. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. I'd like to introduce the organizers first that are present. Half of our committee is not present. In the back we have Art Terrazas and Nancy Lowry, floating around here somewhere. And then I'm Ernesto Gambos. Again, welcome. We'd like to start off with a short video.
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Crawford Foundation.
Over the years, we've added more cities. Creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
And what I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
Sitting in a room full of people and have ideas too, it helps people to do things. You know what? My idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.
Okay, so what is 1 Million Cups? It was started by the Crawford Foundation with the goal to help entrepreneurs. Every week we bring in 2 entrepreneurs and they tell us their story, their trials, their tribulations. It's a 6-minute presentation, and then we have a 15-minute Q&A where you get to ask them questions. And that's the real value add. Okay, all of our entrepreneurs that are presented have said, hey, we got great feedback, we even get great ideas on new directions or new products or ideas for our business. And so don't be afraid to get in the weeds with them. Ask them some type of questions, provide your feedback. That's the real value add here. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Our delicious coffee is by pickup.coffee, and he always reminds me, that's actually the domain name. So you can go to pickup.coffee, and then you can sample their coffee in the back. And also our venue sponsor, of course, the Hub of Human Innovation, which is where we are right now. Please download the mobile app, the 1 Million Cups mobile app. You can check in, and then it has a feature where you can actually provide information after the presentation. So in addition to doing it here live, you can also provide feedback later. So please do that. Don't forget to join the community at 1millioncups.org/El Paso. You can kind of see it down here, 1millioncups/El Paso. And that's it. And then also check in and follow the 1 Million Cups and the Hub on Facebook and Twitter sites. With that, I will bring up our first presenter, Michelle Blakely with Save Travel. She's hiding over there in the corner.
Good morning. First of all, I'm really excited to be here. I am, really. Okay. Well, my name is Michelle Blakely, and I'm here to share with you my business, Save Travels. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and how I came across this opportunity. Let's see, right here. Oh, wait. Okay. All right. I'm not originally from El Paso, but I am a fellow Texan. I grew up in Dallas and have lived in El Paso for 13 years. In Dallas, I was divorced, single mom, raising 2 boys by myself. I got let go from my job in the long distance industry when I was in 2004. I am a strong believer that when one door closes, another one opens. So I married my fiance and we moved to El Paso, so that's how I ended up here. Okay, since being here, I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I've loved every bit of it, but at the same time, I always felt the need to contribute financially, but at the same time, I also knew that I wanted to do something that would allow me to still be available for my family. So that is when, okay, oh wait, no, sorry. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, okay, I had one trip back to Dallas. That's when I came across this opportunity. I knew that was a perfect fit for me. Like I said, I had wanted to work from home and then also make the income be home for my family. And so when I came across this opportunity, I knew that it would give me the income that I wanted, as well as the freedom to be home with my family, and would help me to support my kids' dreams. So that's when I got into the travel industry. Okay. All right. So what is the problem? The problem is that travel is expensive. Okay, life is expensive, but we're too busy surviving that kind of travel is not a priority. It kind of just gets pushed off to the side, okay? And I speak from my own experiences as well. So, what is the solution? Well, I can show you a more affordable way to travel, okay? I can, through the affordable travel, I can show you how to fulfill your dreams of travel more and save more money, as well as create lifelong memories with your loved ones. Okay. All right. So the solution is, okay. The solution is I offer private travel memberships that will give you access to tremendous savings. You can also save 30 to 50, even up to 70% off online competitor prices. And I want you to show right here are some of the savings. You have even access to weekly stays, resorts at discounted prices. When anything booked through the travel membership, it's flexible. So you're able to book based on your own personal needs. But here is one of the top destinations for El Paso is Miami. So right here you can see that the public price, which is going to be the price that's on, if you go online, the public price on other online competitors, that's going to be their going price, public price. But through the membership, you can save anywhere from, you can see 39 to 61%. Okay, and that's here in the United States, because it is international, you can book any, travel anywhere. Dubai, a lot of people ask me, or they say, oh, I want to go to Dubai. I'm like, okay, I never thought of it, but okay. So here in Dubai, which like I said, it's international, you can save anywhere from 50 to 69%. I don't know, can y'all see the savings? Okay. So, yeah, so why, I mean, no one wants to pay full price on travel. I mean, if you're going to do it anyways, you might as well, spend less, okay? And then also, the resort access that I had mentioned, you could go right here. These are weekly stays. And this could be any, and this isn't per person price. It is based for the week for up to 6 people in this situation, because I checked. You could go for the whole week for, $323. Okay, let's see. Okay, so anyway, so the whole thing is that nobody wants to, everyone's always looking for a good deal. Okay, no one wants to spend more than they have to, and that's on, I think, getting to thing, and travel, there's like no exception. So why not make more, travel more, save more? You save money, you're kind of making money, keeping money in your pockets. But yeah, so that's pretty much, I think I kind of just like flew through it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, and now we have 15 minutes for Q&A. So questions?
Yes.
Are you locked into the dates that you want to travel? Like you say you want, or the dates you can pick, or is it pretty random?
It's whatever you want, based on your needs. It's totally flexible.
Is the,
Mm-hmm.
is the membership a commitment, a year commitment?
It's a one-time fee and a $3.99. So it's very affordable. But as you can see on some of those examples, that I mean, you make that in you can make that back in like one trip. So once you pay that $3.99, my mouth is so dry. I can't even talk. Once you pay that $3.99, you just continue to save.
The $3.99 per year?
No, it's a one-time fee. Now, there is a $59, I will say a $59 monthly fee, but if you're going to be saving this kind of money, you're going to tell your friends, and when you tell your friends and you share it, then you get 3 people, to sign up, to get the membership. You never have to pay another penny again. It's lifetime. And, I was going to say, also, you know what, there's, I could talk about that later, some of the extra benefits. I haven't printed out here because all your travel, what you do, anything book, you get reward credits, so that you can use for travel later. For it adds up, and you can book it for free travel. And there's no limit on that as well. You can just accumulate, and then when you want to take a trip, you can end up going for free. So, and there's a lot of value within the membership. So, are there any other questions? And again, the public price is like online public prices.
Like Expedia and all that?
Yes. And last night, I'll just say, because I like to do comparisons and stuff like that, because I know, I mean, it's a great deal, but, you know, I want to see it, and I saw on one of them, it was actually this first one. No, I don't know which one it was, but it was one, and it said 19 people booked within the last 48 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to tell everybody about this, because they're paying like all this money, and I can like save them 50% off. So that just kind of blows my mind that a lot of people don't know. So that's why I'm here kind of sharing it. So, yeah.
How many people are doing this, what you're doing?
How many
In the
people?
city?
In El Paso? Me. Yeah, I'm the only one.
What's the name of it?
Well, my company is Safe Travels. Yeah. So.
Your competition in El Paso would be other travel agencies that are, Sun Travel.
Yeah, travel, and I am a travel agent, I can book travel, but this is totally different. People book their own travel online. So this is like your own travel membership, and you could do, everything is here in just one location. So it's a little bit different than travel agent. But I guess maybe there's other vacation programs that would be more like the competition. But like I said, what makes me different is that it's flexible. It's all based on your own needs. So.
We have one in the back, Nancy's been trying to get it.
Oh, okay.
My question was, what if I don't want to have a membership? Can you do it for me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I am a travel agent, so I can book your travel if you don't want the membership. But you will get the most savings from
Your membership.
the membership, yeah.
And extra stuff.
Yes, I mean, there's so much value. I'd have to meet one-on-one, so that way I can share with you all of the benefits to it. Oh, yes.
So you say it's $3.99 a year and $59 a month unless you get 3 friends to sign up. Is that correct?
Yes, but it's a one-time, it's not a yearly fee. It's just a one-time $3.99.
So why do the hotel do it?
What, do this?
Right.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's the reason why I have the arrows, because it is a private, they're able to offer this because it's a private membership. So that's how you're able to, because you're a member, it's like a Sam's Club for travel. So they allow you to get the savings, but we can't go online and tell people, hey, look at this, because then I could actually like.
But I mean, you didn't create the membership, did you?
No, I didn't. I guess I'm kind of like, a broker kind of. Yeah, it's through another company. Yeah.
Who's that?
The company?
Right.
Surge 365. Yeah. Have you heard Surge 365? Oh, okay. It's a new, they've been around for many years, but because of the industry and how things are going with the online travel, this is fairly new, a couple of years old. And so like I was telling her that or how she asked, I'm like the only person in El Paso doing it. So I'm just trying to spread out the word.
So, can I add to that? I've been in the hotel industry for about 5 years as well, among everything else. Also, so in the hotel industry, a lot of hotels want to stay 85 and above % occupancy rates. Anything below, they're losing money. There's rooms that are losing money because they are not rented out. They're not reserved out. So anytime a hotel is going to be able to tap into somebody making a reservation at a cheaper price, that means they just save that much money and that room not being rented out.
Right.
But those hotels aren't located in Las Vegas, are they?
Well, this one's for Dubai. I picked an international, which is Dubai, because like I said, I always get people tell me I want to go to Dubai. I'm like, okay. But this one's in actually Miami. But you could go anywhere, Las Vegas, LA, anywhere.
But would those be blacked out like during a conference in Las Vegas?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in your story and what you want to get out of this. So you mentioned that you mentioned during your slide that you work. This is like a hobby for you or part time for you.
Well, I do. Well, I look at it as a business, not more than just a hobby, because I do want to, get out there and hit it hard. Yeah.
So hence my second question to
Okay.
this then. So what is the scalability? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How long have you been doing this? And then, what would be a year from now, 2 years from now? Do you see this turning into a viable business where you have multiple agents or multiple members?
I do see it to grow because I see the value, and hopefully other people will see it as well. And so I'm just out there I'm going to do anything I can to get the word out there. But it is fairly new for me. I started at the end of the year. Holidays, I'll be honest, kind of was, everyone's like, oh, I'm busy, everyone's busy. So it wasn't until like the end of January that I really started hitting it hard. So it's just been a few months now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are your outlets? How are you campaigning for yourself?
Well, I go to networking meetings, groups. I talk to people that I meet. Maybe I'll start, someone suggested start hanging out at like the hotels. Because they travel. I did get a number from a truck. I saw it in a hotel, and I'm sure it's probably a worker that comes and goes, weekly or whatever. So contact those kind of people and say, hey, this is how I can help you. So yeah.
What else do you do?
I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's very important to me, and so that's the reason why when I saw this opportunity, I was like, this is like a perfect fit because I wanted to contribute financially to my family, or to the household, but I also wanted to still be available for my kids because even though they're older now, they're big. I have 22, 19, and 11-year-old. They're older, so they don't really need me like so much as when they were younger, but I love to just be available for them and whatever it is that my family needs. They're just like number one for me. So, yeah. So, is there anything else?
So we've got all these millions and gazillion points with Expedia.com or whatever, and we have all this stuff built up with them. How do we let that go and make the move with you? What do we do with that?
Use them. Exactly, use them and then tomorrow. Exactly, use them on your next trip and then just start using the membership. Because like I said, you can even, and I've only showed like hotels, there's like I said, resort stays, weekly stays, but you can also book cruises, get money back on cruises. Cruises offer a lot of points. A lot of points. I'm like this close and getting a free trip and I haven't even really done anything. So, yeah.
Can you share a little bit about the digital strategy?
What do you mean?
What you're doing?
What am I doing?
Digitally, right?
Right, exactly. Digital.
Facebook, Twitter, what are you doing?
Okay, I will say Facebook is my weakness. I'm not really into social media, but I'm getting on board. I'm gonna, now that I'm telling you guys, I'll do it by, give me time. Oh, okay, I was gonna say Monday, Friday. So I'm committed, I'm gonna put it out there. So it's, I already kind of started, it's like safe travels and wanted it to be personal, which is why I added the with Michelle, like come travel with me. And then we can travel the world, create memories together, whatever, but that's what it is. It's going to be safe travels with Michelle. But I'm just going to do it because, if you don't do it, it's never going to get done. And it's because I'm not a Facebook person, but I'm going to do it. By Friday. Yes.
Hi. Do you travel? Do you travel under this program?
Well, I have. I went to Indianapolis to visit my mom, and I was able to, I heard on Grey's Anatomy that if you go to Chicago, you have to check out that architectural tour. By the way, it's awesome. I was like, wow, but it was crazy. And so anyways, I saved money on that, like $13 on the tickets, because you can even buy activities and stuff and create the points. You can do everything so much on the membership. And then I rented a car to go to Nashville, Tennessee, saved $49. For the weekend, it was like 54 bucks. And then in Nashville, I stayed for one night, and I saved $70. And that was at, I will say, a Marriott. Yes.
So you just told yourself what to put on your Facebook page.
Did I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, because I want to be honest, I don't want to be too salesy and pushy, but, which is also another reason why I haven't really gone out there, but yeah, no, you're right, I'll do that. Thank you.
Just what you're talking about for not being too pushy on social media, I think if you balance it out, you do maybe one business post versus maybe 5 or 7 personal posts, you know. So don't overdo it with the business posts because you'll turn people off a lot. So.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to push anyone away because I know what I have is, like I said, it's a lot of value. It's definitely something I think everyone can benefit from. I mean, if we're going to travel, we might as well save. I mean, like I said, when I saw those 19 or 20 people had already booked, I'm like, oh my gosh, is there any way that I can like pop in on their screen and say, hey, don't do that, come this way, you know? Because I want to just help people. I mean,
Where did you see them book?
it was on, I believe it was Expedia. I think it was Expedia.
And you saw what?
Well, there's, when you're looking at the different hotels and stuff, it'll say like, within the last 48 hours, like 19 people have already booked here. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people spending a lot of extra money that they don't have to. Because when I saved my $50 and my $70, I thought, oh good, this is more like souvenir money. It was like Christmas when I went back home to my family. I'd never been away from them. And I'm like, yay, I had fun, but at the same time I thought about them the entire time, and I bought all kinds of souvenirs, and I thought, hey, that's like souvenir money. So the money could definitely go somewhere else, or on those expenses that we can't get away from because it's just life. And so, yeah. So, but I just, you know, when I saw this, I just knew this is like a great opportunity. I never, from my own experience, I never really traveled much because we were on one income. So when I saw this, I said, wow, there's hope. I can travel. It takes money to travel, but if it doesn't have to be so expensive, it's like more reality, you know. And so I just want to share that with everyone else. So.
Any other questions? Okay, the last question is always, what else can we as a community do to help you?
Okay, well, tell everyone that you know. When you think travel, think of me and how I can help you spend less. And if it's the money that's keeping you from, you know, especially if it's the money keeping you from traveling, because it's very important to create those memories, and I can help you do that. So.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, cool.
And then we have to take a picture.
Okay. Can I get on this side?
Is that your good side?
Yes, it is.
I don't have a good side, so I guess that's fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we have time for some community announcements. And so that I don't forget, first.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jonathan from Business Banking, Wells Fargo. I just wanted to announce this week is Small Business Appreciation Week. The Small Business Administration in Washington recognizes the efforts that small businesses make to increase and boost our economy. So if you know a small business, go out and visit, eat local. And if you can spend some time with us bankers, we can help you if you have a business. Get started, improve it, or work through the life cycle. We have great offers this week, the whole month actually, we're going to be celebrating it. As a matter of fact, it's always small business celebration with Wells Fargo, but we have special offers this week. So I have some flyers that I'll have available to give out at the end of the presentation. Come and see me, I'll be happy to talk to you. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Any other announcements from the community at large? No? Okay, so the first announcement, the New Mexico State University Arrowhead Center is having their InnoVenture Core competition. This is where middle school and high school students from around the state will showcase their inventions and businesses. Wow, I wasn't doing that when I was in high school. That'll be on this Saturday, May 5th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Arrowhead Center in Las Cruces. Please let us know if you want any additional information. And then People Fund, and Ms. Esther Lopez in the back with People Fund is one of our organizers, and she wasn't here earlier, so I'd like to recognize her. They're having a People Start event, which will be on June 7th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's for anyone who's interested in capital and training to expand your business. Again, if you'd like more information, please let us know. The El Paso Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is having their 13th annual Women's Business Symposium, Dancing Backwards in High Heels. Doesn't seem hard to me. I don't know. That's May 18th at the Wyndham Airport Hotel. Again, let us know for more information. So El Paso is celebrating the grand opening of their second location in the heart of downtown. Ribbon cutting, margaritas and munchies. That's today, May 3rd, 5 to 8 p.m. Margaritas. Did we say margaritas? Margaritas, so make sure you can go there. And lastly, please follow the Downtown Insider. If you just Google a Paso Downtown Insider, sign up for their newsletter, and that way you'll be kept abreast of all the events that are happening in downtown El Paso. So now we get to give away one of these very cool travel mugs. So here's the question. Who is here for the first time? Not to the hub, the one that comes, and brought a friend. And brought a friend. Oh, we have a winner. There we go. Okay, thank you. Yes, you should always bring a friend, or two, or three, to 1 million cups. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and go to our second speaker, Mr. Fernando Espinosa with ATEE Corp. Fernando.
Thank you. Good morning. I appreciate the invitation, and I hope this will help you sell more. Okay? My name is Fernando Espinosa. I've been in business for, how does this work? I was born in Parral, in Chihuahua. They say that the guys from Parral, we are very intelligent, because once we get out of there, we can never come back. So I became an electrical engineer in Querétaro, in central Mexico. And then I also have a certified lighting energy professional from the Association of Energy Engineers. And I was the first one for Mexico to do that. Right now I'm a counselor for Coparmex, which is a business owner union in Mexico, in Juarez. It's a national organization for all business owners, which there we help each other how to improve our presence business-wise and also with the government. I just got a certified level 3 trainer from BANK, which is a system to sell. I've been an engineer all my life. And we engineers, what we look is for efficiency. And one of the issues that I had in my business is that I was very efficient in selling in my business, but the efficiency in selling was not as good as it should be. So that was something that was on me for many, many years until I found BANK. I'll talk to you about that a little bit. I'm the owner of Tecnología Avanzada Sistemas Energéticos since 1983. And I have a business also here in El Paso, which was also focused on energy efficiency since 1993. And I'm a board owner on eMyth Mexico. I was also one of the first who did eMyth in Mexico. And I was invited to do the eMyth in Mexico. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it's a process, it's a system that helps your business grow. Okay? Yeah, like the book, yes. But there's a coaching system that takes you all the way. I'm right now starting two businesses, one in e-commerce and marketing, and I'm the author of the upcoming book on business growth. The book is called The Book on Business Growth, and the idea is to how to deliver the ideal message to increase sales 300% or more in 90 seconds or less consistently. There it is. Basically, on the book, I write about my business experience. One of the things that happened in Juarez during the violence era is that it was very difficult to get in front of a customer. Everybody was so tied up that they closed their doors. Even the maquilas closed their doors if there's anything coming in. And we as providers, it was very difficult for us to get in there. So although we were doing good on our sales, the thing was it was very difficult to get to see someone. And once we were in front of someone, we had to be very effective and also very efficient, which is two different things. We had to be very effective once we were in front of the person to sell and tell them what we do exactly, so we could do just one or twice that interaction and sell. And also very effective, it's the velocity of your sales. That's also a very important thing that I talk in the book. And well, I saw a lot of there's a lot of opportunities. Money is all over the place. The thing is, we don't know how to sell. It's very difficult for our businesses to go around. Robert Kiyosaki says the ability to sell is the #1 skill in business. And that is something that's any business, if you have a very good business, on the technical side and on your operation side, if you don't know how to sell, it's very difficult to promote your product. And the other thing is, this is very important. All businesses are in the people business. We interact with people all the time, and the thing is that we normally present ourselves under our own personality, and that doesn't mean that we can relate to all the others. So the idea is that we're losing sales. We're losing up to 75% of our sales because we do not know how to interact with all the people that's on the market. And this is one of the most important things that I've learned, is that let the prospect determine your presentation. One of the things that happens is that we all have 4 personalities, but one is predominant over the others. And most of the times our businesses are presented based on our personalities. And we need to have at least 5 presentations. We normally have 1, and it's our presentation. But when we come into interact with another person, if that person is not the same personality that I am, then I'm pushing my sales into somebody else. And that's when we become very salesy. Okay? And the idea is for that not to happen. So my mission is to help businesses understand the opportunity there is and the opportunity they're missing. When I started looking inside my business, I found out that I was speaking to myself most of the time. I've got 2 more other very good salesmen in my team, and one of the questions was, if I can sell to him, why does he cannot sell to him? You know, because it was based on personality. Right now, there's 3 basic things. How can you determine the personality of the person in front of you as fast as possible? We can do that in 90 seconds. The other is, how can we do it in most of the scripting that we do it on our based on our personalities. So our emails, our web pages, all that kind of stuff that we write are based on our personalities, and we need to spend that so we can get more customers in. You know, and get them to call, that's the end. Thank you.
Any questions? I have 15 minutes for Q&A.
How do you determine who you're selling to? Right away. 90 seconds, you said?
Yes. Well, there's a couple of techniques, okay, and it's very simple. And one of the things is, what's in your wallet? In my wallet, I have 4 powerful cards. And with these cards, I can immediately know, handle them to you, but they're certain to me, and you can tell me your personality. And I have to have my product in those 4 personalities so I can adjust to yours immediately.
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Can you do an example?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
Sure. Before we start, I'd like you to do me a favor.
Sure.
I'm going to hand you these 4 cards, and there's some values right here. Can you put them in order of the highest to the most based on your...
Before we start on the 90 seconds?
No.
It's already started?
Yeah.
You got a speed read.
There's a course, except for that.
Yeah. I know what to get. And so that's one. The other one is speed coding, which is I don't need to give her the cards, but I can know how to find the personality of the person with watching how he does, how he shakes my hand, how he addresses some questions, things like that. So you can start getting your presentation to his way of thinking, because he's going to buy. If it's not for me, he's going to buy from somebody else.
So what questions do you ask?
I ask him, there's 4 basic, it's 4. Family,
What?
family,
Family.
occupational, recreational, travel, and this, well, there's 4.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Thank you. Motivation. Yes, sir.
What kind of
differences have you found between somebody whose native tongue is Spanish and somebody whose native tongue is English? Have you found any differences in terms of how you approach them and what you say to them relative to their language?
None at all. This has been done with face-to-face and, husband and wife, up to billion-dollar companies, and it works all the time. And the reason it works all the time is because when I handle those cards, we are always on ourselves trying to find how we can be better. Okay? And we can understand how our values are better, then those cards are very, very easy for you to go over them and hand them back to me.
What are those cards? What's on them?
The values
Do
for
we make
each.
them, or do we, how do we get
See,
them?
in less than 90 seconds, I got it.
You got me or you got her?
I got you.
Oh.
Because this is the way she presents to the world. My presentation to the world starts with this one. Okay? This is very caring and nurturing. And this is very fast and very, I can be very aggressive and so. Okay? If I come to her and be very aggressive, if I sell very fast, then she won't pay attention to me. So I need to do it on the way she understands that message. Okay?
Can that work with hiring too?
Yes, this is very important for hiring. It's working for families also. It's working for a lot for schools. It's working for doctors. It
Is it like that True Colors thing?
It's very similar.
Yeah.
This has gone a long way very, very fast.
Okay.
The first thing that happened was when Cherry Tree came up with this, Harvard got the attention, got her attention. So Harvard said, Harvard is teaching multi-level marketing. So Harvard said, okay, I want to do this. If it works, I'll put it in my curriculum. So she went over there and she made the first test 100% effective. She did it twice and it was 100% effective. Then Berkeley came in and it worked also. So San Francisco State University said, okay, I know it works, but I need to know how it works. So one of the first things that they did was with Mercedes-Benz. They had already invested about $10 million on their webpage. Very, very small things that were changed brought 300% increased sales. It's how you influence your customer.
I've seen a lot of presentations on the DISC personality, which is also 4 steps.
Yes.
Is this the same? Is this a variation of it? Or is this something different? Or approach it from a different angle?
Cherry Tree says this. It's the same, but very different.
Okay.
And the thing is this, DISC is based on me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I take the test and it's what's me.
Right.
What happens when I get out in the world? There's a bunch of different people in me.
Yeah, we can't get them to take the test for us.
Right. So this is something like that, I know where I'm coming from. When I step up, I'm going to be very, I have a technique to see what your personality is, and we can interact much better.
It's called the Cherry Tree.
No, this is bank coding.
Oh, okay.
Bank code.
It's bank.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it earlier, thank you.
Bank code is B as in blueprint, A as in action, N as in nurturing, and K as in knowledge. Okay, those are the basic personalities.
So why'd you select marketing as for a startup?
Excuse me?
Why'd you you have a startup in marketing, right?
Yes.
So what's the story behind that? Why'd you select marketing for?
I want to market this system.
Oh, that's the startup?
Yes. This is the startup, yes.
So you're going to sell those cards to salespeople so that they know who they're selling to?
There's training for live training and virtual training. Okay? I can tell you a live training, and it's fundamentals, speed coding, and scripting. Okay? And fundamentals is the basics. Speed coding is how to do the basics without the parts, and scripting is how to write all your marketing material, even your emails.
How much are you charging?
It depends on the course, but it goes from $1,000 to $3,000 a course. And I can give you 50% discount.
So how do you apply that to a website?
Excuse me?
How do you apply that to a website? Like how did Mercedes-Benz apply that to the?
Oh, we have the virtual training, and what we're trying to market is the virtual training. So you don't need me to.
No, I'm asking, how do you apply that code onto a website?
Oh, because of your scripting. If you, for example, if you're a very technical person, and you check your web page, it's 100% technical. Okay? Yeah. And it tells everything technical that you want to see. But if I'm a nurturing person, I don't care about that. Okay? So you're cutting me off right away.
But you don't have control of who sees your website, though.
Oh yes, yes. The way.
Well, how does Mercedes-Benz do it then?
Because they were saying a very not direct way. They were not speaking to me. Okay. Once they started speaking to me, then I'm attracted to them.
Right, but how did they control that?
Oh, there's on the scripting, you learn how to do that. That's something that has to be done because there's likes and dislikes of each personality. There's things that can turn me on, turn me away from everything that you write. Your emails that you send, every email that you send, I can perceive your personality in those once you start training yourself into that. So if you send me a very knowledgeable or type personality to me, then I have to answer to you very technical. Okay.
Fernando, so I know Fernando on a personal level and a business level, we create synergy together between our two enterprises and industrial energy efficiency. And he's the real deal. Like, just deep down inside, he's the real deal. And I feel, Fernando, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is like your opportunity to give back. This sailing approach is your opportunity to give back. Is that correct? Or?
Yes. When I started to do this, we started to do this directly as handling the cards and also speed coding. And we started to analyze much better how we are interacting with our customers. Antonio, one of my guys, has the 4 cards right in front of his computer. So every time he writes an email, he looks at the values and he answers those emails based on the personality of our customers. So we're getting speed back very, very fast. So you can do that too. It's simple. It's this is growing very, very fast. Right now, Banco is in 40 countries and it's growing extremely fast. Any more questions?
Any other questions? Going once? Yes.
So are you the only guy, in town?
I'm the only one in town, but there's I think we're about 1,500 trainers right now and growing. And this is going to be very, very important because right now the way we do business is changing so much. We're going into internet a lot, and if we don't know how to write properly, we're losing a lot of customers. Okay? 75% of your customers are just wrong.
Any other questions? Okay, and as always, what we as a community do to help you? What else?
My book is, I'm going to receive my first, real book on tomorrow. So I'll just be going over it and getting ready for it. And next week it's going to come up. And I'm on Facebook. And I would like you to promote my book also and help me do this. And also, there's a great opportunity for you to increase your sales. I'll be having free 90-minute sessions on this, so I can explain to you about all this. And then on that, I will show you either if you want live training or virtual training in those. And like I tell you, there's a lot of money out there. There's going to be sales. So if you don't sell to someone, somebody else will sell. So you want to bring your sales to yourself.
This is your first book?
This is my first book, and I'm working on my second already.
Well, my question is, what made you decide on writing a book rather than And this comes from, I'm gonna say a millennial, even though I look older, but but what made you write a book when we know that maybe your audience, you know, the young entrepreneurs, the young people that may want to start their business, increase sales, all that stuff, we don't read. You know, to be honest with you, that doesn't mean we're not smart or that we don't get our educational material some other way, but you know, we don't read. What made you make a decision, or what made you write a book rather than, I don't know, video sessions, video tutorials, you know, podcasts, you know, things like that?
Okay, we're working on all that. But the book, I told my story basically on the whys and whys and what we had to do, all the things I went through, a lot of crazy things that we saw during that. So basically what I was talking that day, I was talking about how, you know, the efficiency of sales or the effectiveness of sales was not there. Of all the effort that we did, it was not there. And then I found this system, and it changed the way I was looking at it. So they told me, why don't you write a book about your story? And that's the reason I wrote the book. I was a little bit, you know, I don't know how to write, I don't know how to do this. So I did it.
No, but you know how to, you know how to share stories, you know how to impact people, change people's lives. But I guess that with the book, and I'm not saying it's wrong, you know, it's always good, and you're gonna reach a lot of people. But when I'm thinking about a younger demographic, and I say younger when you're 35, 30 years old, there's a lot of business owners that want your material. I want to hear more about it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that from a book, you know.
We've got a lot of information on the web. We have a lot of videos, a lot of, and we're working on the podcast.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Touching on the millennials thing, is there an app for that? Do you guys have an app? Because that's usually what everybody goes to first.
Okay. This is the virtual training is very innovative. It is going like crazy. It's very, very interesting how it's being done. And also, for example, you can crack the code through the web page, and you get your report on how your personality is. And right now, the technology is going to, right now it's not, but maybe in a couple of months, it's going to be, you call me on my cell phone, and your bank code is going to be on my cell phone. So when I answer you, I know how to answer to you. I don't answer on my terms, I answer on your terms. Okay? So that,
which is those cards.
yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, Fernando. And then the picture. All right, thanks again. Okay, everybody, we have. So that's our program for today. I have a few parting announcements real quick. First of all, please sign in. If you did not sign in on your way in, it's very, very important. Please sign in on your way out. We have to report this back to Kaufman and to our founders and to our sponsors, our attendants. So please do that favor. If you've been here in the past, you don't have to fill out the whole thing, just your name and your organization. Also, who here, and I'm not going to really embarrass you, but who here has actually just thought about or is thinking about presenting at 1 million cups? But you haven't pulled the trigger yet. Okay. Well, I got permission from Michelle, our first presenter, to use her as an example. She was very, very nervous, extremely nervous. She recognized that this is a great opportunity to get the word out there and to practice this very important skill of getting in front of people and talking, right? And I think she did a great job. Do y'all agree that our first presenter, I mean, that's a Fernando did too. She was extremely nervous, and she came in on Monday. Nancy and I got with her right here in this conference room. She practiced. We gave her feedback. She obviously went home and practiced a great deal. So you can do it. You can do it. So please do sign up to present at 1 million cups. We are looking for presenters. As you all see, it's a wonderful opportunity. And please tell your friends about it. Please come back and visit us and support us and bring your friends. And I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? Nancy, Leslie? No? All right. We'll see you all next week. Thank you.